everybody. It's Angie Rupert, founder of Rupert Law Group. We handle exclusively E2 and E1 visas. So no matter what treaty country you're from or where you want to be, we can help. Take a moment before we get started. Just take a moment to like and subscribe this video if you find it useful. And please, if you have a friend or a family member who is interested in the E2 or the E1 visa, please feel free to share. Okay, we would love that. Thank you so much. So let's talk about our topic of the day, which are recent approvals in Canada. Yes, we help Canadians. Canadians are about 50% of our business, so we are very familiar with the U.S. Consulate in Toronto, and we help some people change status here in the U.S. as well. So let's talk about, these are our most recent Canadian approvals, okay? So I wanted to tell you a little bit about the type of business and the state they went to, but keep in mind that almost any business will work for the E2 visa. And of course, all of the state, this is federal law, so it doesn't matter what state you move to, but this will just give you some examples of some of the things that are possible with the E2 or the E1 visa. And yes, we have approvals in Canada in both. So let's talk about our first one. So this was a gentleman from Canada who started his own IT and aeronautical recruiting company, okay? And he formed a company in Texas, and he got approved for an E2 visa. We had another person who started an AI consulting business. This is one I do actually get questions about. So yes, it is possible. He was approved and he'll be in California. We also have someone who purchased an existing coffee shop, another very popular type of business. That coffee shop existed in Minnesota, and now we have a Canadian, a very happy Canadian with an E2 visa running that coffee shop in Minnesota. We also have two E1s that are somewhat recent. They are business partners, and they had a Canadian marketing company with many U.S. clients, so they have significant trade there. They both were approved for E1 visas to run their marketing company in Canada, but travel frequently to the United States in order to grow the trade between the two companies. We also have someone who opened a hair salon in California, approved for an E2 visa. That's one we've done for a couple of different Canadians. We also have an agricultural business, agriculture consulting. And believe it or not, he is not our first. We have had multiple agricultural businesses in all different types of shapes and sizes. He was approved to have an agriculture consulting business in Montana. And our most recent, who is a third country national. This means that he applied in Canada, but he is not a citizen of Canada. He's actually a citizen of Chile, but we know that the U.S. consulate in Chile is backed up. That goes for several countries, unfortunately, throughout South America. However, if you can show that there is a reason that you need to apply in another country, you can do that. Please feel free to ask about being a third country national applicant in Canada. So he was able to apply in Canada because Chile is very, very backed up at the moment. And he was approved to run an insurance company in Chicago. So those are just a few of our most recent Canadian approvals. We have many more that we'd be happy to share if you'd like to ask. We would love to tell, but we would love, of course, to speak with you. So if you're Canadian or not Canadian and you have a business idea you'd like to share or have any questions about the E2 or E1 visa, please give us a call and reach out anytime. We'd love to talk with you about your E2 visa.